Hey, I'm in class ninth, and recently, while studying the chapter circles in my classroom, I came up with something which I would like to show you. Have a look at this. I have two circles of the same radius, they intersect each other at the circumference, and I have two chords in each of them. So, one chord, second chord, one chord, and the other chord. In the first circle, the first chord is named perception, and the other chord is called is named inference. I hope it was visible back then. Perception is a filter of your thoughts. Let me give you an example. Here, a glass of water. If you have a perception about being sufficient, right? Being sufficient with anything you have, being grateful for everything you have, then you would say that, okay, this glass of water is half filled and I'm grateful I have it, so I will drink it. And you might not have, and okay, not you, but someone might not be having this perception, and the other side of this coin might would say, no, this glass of water, it's half empty. I want a full one. I won't drink it. Throw it away. And all these whatever I said, there was inference in that. Half the glass half filled, it's one inference. The glass half empty, it's one inference. These both are shaped by your perception. And therefore, what I thought is, when you join or have a balance between perception and inference, the center you get, it's peace. And the same way on the other circle, it's about stimuli and senses. We have senses: the eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue and the skin, right? So you have stimuli in that. You shake hands with your friends. Well, I can't do it with myself, but just imagine if I'm doing with my friend. I would feel happy, isn't it? It would give me a feeling of pleasure, right? And let's take another example. You are in Switzerland. You are having a look at the greatest of landscapes of all time. You feel good, isn't it? Snow-clad mountains. Is it? Right? So, when there's a balance between your senses and the stimuli, you get what is called pleasure. Isn't it, my friends? Whenever you're feeling, when you're hearing music, whenever you're seeing art, you feel pleasure, you feel happy, isn't it? It is, right? And now, these two centers, peace and pleasure, I join them both, get a diameter, and let us make a circle, right, of the same diameter. And if you're wondering how did I join perception and inference and stimuli and senses, it's simple. You know, it's a property of two chords. That is, when you join the perpendicular bisectors of two equal chords of the same circle, the point of it, the intersection, it's the center of the circle, right? So that is what I used. The teacher was teaching that, right? Now, I have another center, of this small circle, if you are able to see it. I would make another small circle in it. Yeah. 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 Just give me a minute. Yeah. So, as you have seen, you have seen that balancing stimuli and senses, we get pleasure. Balancing perception and inference, we get peace. But what if we balance peace and pleasure? They sometimes sound like the two sides of the same coin, isn't it? Of life. Sometimes you're feeling peaceful and sometimes you're feeling pleasurable. You're feeling pleasure, and most of the times, you have to believe me, my friends, pleasure overcomes peace. But what if you balance peace and pleasure? And that is, my friends, whatever I'm going to say next, it's from my experience and from the knowledge I've gained from books. Balancing peace and pleasure. You open your third eye. How? We'll see. Well, I would have to make it a bit darker. Okay, wait a second. Yes. Most of the eyes, they're dark, isn't it? You say iris. See, I hope this is visible. And what do you see here? Isn't it an eye? I hope it is visible. Isn't it that? What do you say, that iris? Yeah, I'm not good with science. This thing, doesn't it form an eye? And while I was, experimenting with this at the back page of my mathematics register, I was quite surprised that wow, I got an eye, and I named it as a liberation of the soul. What do I mean is, when you balance peace and pleasure in your life, you are in a stable state, an equilibrium state. You get different view of the world. I'm not able to express it with my words, but I felt it for quite some time, a long time back. And that was the time when I realized the balance between peace and pleasure is really something different. And I wondered if I could prolong this state of equilibrium to the end of my life. Would it be liberation of my soul? I think yes. I've studied a bit of philosophy of India, and I've found in some of those schools of philosophy, they say balance between peace and pleasure, and you would get your soul liberated, something like that. So, yeah, that was all about circles and life. Have a look again. So, and this way and this way. I hope I didn't take much of your time. I hope I was clear. And again, try to balance peace with pleasure. If you're not, just read books and you will definitely get over it. Thanks and have a good one.